Hey, what's going on guys? Coach Seth here. So this video is going to be a little different than normal. I'm going to give you a little bit of my background, and I wanted to address something that's a little on the personal side. Basically, the reason I didn't play college basketball. So hopefully this video doesn't cause me to lose subscribers or give the impression that I don't know what I'm talking about because I didn't go to college to play ball. But just hear me out with this. This is kind of a touchy subject for me, so I apologize in advance if I get a little worked up about it. So let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. So after high school, people would always come up to me and ask me if I went to play ball anywhere. You know, hey, did you go play ball? Where did you play at? And I disappointingly had to say no. Time just went by and high school just kind of ended. And there I was, just like, okay, what do I do now? So it kind of just happened. And no, it wasn't because I didn't want to. I probably wanted to go to college to play ball more than anybody. If I am myself, talking about myself, then I'm gonna say that it was my fault. That I could have done more. I could have played better. I could have played harder. There was a couple things I could have done to get me more exposure. So anyways, if I'm talking about myself, it was my fault. But let me just talk in the third person for a second. Let's just say I'm a stranger on the outside looking in at this player, at this situation. The amount of stupidity in the scouting absolutely blows my mind. I'm not a scouting expert or whatever, so I don't really know how they structure the way they do things, but wouldn't you want somebody that is pretty well skilled for high school, has a great understanding of the game, has a pretty high IQ, and the amount of potential that I had was so high, almost limitless. There's always a limit to potential, but as a scout, I feel like you have to see the amount of potential that a player has. Like, that's part of your job. Not to mention my love for the game. I didn't have a lot growing up, but I would have given any and everything that I owned to have a chance to play in college. And I didn't get one single offer. So I hope this doesn't come across as arrogance, because I'm not an arrogant person. Whenever someone comes up to me and asks me how good I am, I'm always like, well, just see how I play. I'm okay, but just see how I play. But as far as success in high school, if I'm on the outside looking in, once again, I feel like I'd done enough to get at least one offer. I averaged 21 points, 10 rebounds my senior year, won districts all 4 years. I started on the state team as a sophomore. I got first team all-state both my junior and senior year. These are all just awards. They don't necessarily mean that you're gonna get scouted or gonna get recruited. But I think that should help, right? I even went as far as calling a Division II coach, like right after my senior year, right after the season ended my senior year. I believe he was the head coach. He was either a head coach or he was somebody big that had a lot of power. But yeah, I called him up and he knew of me. He said he had seen me play before. I just basically just asked him if he was interested in me or wanted me to come and try out or whatever. And he basically said that they had a full roster. And once I heard that, that's whenever it started to sink in, and that's whenever I started to realize that I'm probably not going to play ball next year. And that was just a scary feeling. I started to feel depressed, and it was just not a good feeling. So I didn't even bother making any other calls to coaches because I just assumed that everybody had full rosters. Looking back on it, like just recently, I just started to think about it, and I was like, this coach told me he had a full roster. This was before the summer even started. I'm just like, you're telling me they had a full roster before the summer even started? And I was like, there's no way. I mean, I don't know for sure how they structure everything, but like, he didn't even invite me to come and check the place out or invite me to a tryout of some sort. So I've come to the conclusion that this coach did not want me. He was not interested. And once again, that just proves my point of the amount of stupidity in the coaching and the staff and the scouting. To let a player like me, once again, I hope this is not arrogance or anything, to let a player like me just go, the amount of love I had for the game, you know, I had good enough skill. I had the skill. I was 6'5" and I could shoot. You would think coaches would be all over a type of player like that, especially somebody that loved the game as much as I did. But yeah, that's just my point of the amount of stupidity in the coaching and the scouting. But all that being said, I was missing some things that could have turn the scouts away, which to me is completely backwards because skill in basketball takes much longer to master than the things that I was missing. The things that I was missing was strength, conditioning, athleticism, speed. All those physicality factors in basketball. I never really developed the physicality factor in basketball, and once I got out of high school, I just really started to focus on that. Went and got a degree in exercise science. I just really wanted to dial in that type of thing, and it really just made sense for me to be a strength and conditioning coach for basketball because that was the thing that I was missing. So I would say that that's a long reason of why I am doing what I do and why I want to be a great strength and conditioning coach, because I really just started to nerd out about the things that I didn't master in high school and the things that I could have been much better at and probably would have got a spot on a college team somewhere. Anyways, guys, I think I've rambled long enough. I hope you enjoyed my little rant about why I didn't play college basketball. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to get more videos on strength and conditioning. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.